Today, we're delving into the transformative teachings of Neville Goddard, a pioneer in the realm of manifestation and the power of the mind. Let's delve into the transformative teachings of Neville Goddard, which revolve around a simple yet profound concept: the power of imagination. Imagine this: you're sitting in your room, surrounded by the familiar sights and sounds of your everyday life. But in your mind's eye, you're envisioning a world of endless possibilities, a world where your deepest desires become reality. Neville Goddard believed that our imagination is not just a tool for daydreaming, but a powerful force that shapes our reality. He taught that our thoughts and beliefs have a direct impact on our experiences, and by harnessing the power of our imagination, we have the ability to manifest our wildest dreams into existence. Think about it. When you believe something to be true with all your heart and soul, it becomes your reality. Whether it's success in your career, love in your relationships, or abundance in your finances, your beliefs shape the world around you. And it all starts with your imagination. Neville encouraged his followers to vividly imagine their desires as already true. He believed that by mentally rehearsing the reality we want to create, we align our energy with that vision and attract similar circumstances into our lives. It's like planting a seed in the fertile soil of our minds and watching it grow into fruition. But it's not just about visualizing your desires, it's about truly believing in their reality. Neville emphasized the importance of cultivating a deep sense of faith and conviction in the power of our imagination. When we wholeheartedly believe in the truth of our desires, we unleash a force that transcends logic and reason, bringing our dreams to life in ways we never thought possible. So, how do we harness the power of our imagination to manifest our deepest desires? It starts with shifting our mindset and adopting a belief system that aligns with our goals. Instead of dwelling on doubt and fear, we choose to focus on faith and possibility. We train our minds to see obstacles as opportunities and setbacks as stepping stones on the path to success. Next, we engage in daily visualization practices where we vividly imagine our desires as already manifested. We create detailed mental images of the reality we want to create, using all our senses to make the experience as real as possible. We immerse ourselves fully in the emotions of joy, gratitude, and excitement that come with living our desired reality. And finally, we release any attachment to the outcome and surrender to the wisdom of the universe. We trust that our desires are being orchestrated in divine timing and remain open to receiving unexpected blessings along the way. We let go of the need to control every step of the manifestation process and allow the universe to work its magic in our lives. One of Neville's most profound teachings is the idea that our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. In other words, what we see in our reality is a direct result of what we believe to be true in our minds. If we want to change our external circumstances, we must first change our internal beliefs. Neville emphasized the importance of visualization as a powerful tool for manifestation. By vividly imagining our desires as already fulfilled, we impress upon the subconscious mind the reality we wish to experience. This sets in motion a series of events that align with our visualized reality, bringing our desires into fruition. Let's delve deeper into Neville's teachings on visualization. He believed that to manifest our desires, we need to tap into a specific state of mind, one of deep relaxation and openness. Imagine this: you're sitting in a comfortable chair, taking slow, deep breaths. You close your eyes and let go of all tension in your body. With each breath, you feel yourself sinking deeper and deeper into a state of profound relaxation. As you enter this state, you become more receptive to the power of your imagination. You start to visualize your desires as if they were already true, not just as a fleeting thought, but as a vivid, detailed scene playing out in your mind. You see yourself living in your dream home, driving your dream car, or enjoying your dream vacation. You feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, the wind in your hair, or the embrace of a loved one. You hear the sounds of laughter, music, or waves crashing on the shore. You smell the aroma of your favorite foods, the scent of flowers in bloom, or the salty sea air. But it's not just about seeing or imagining these things. It's about feeling them with every fiber of your being. You immerse yourself fully in the experience, allowing yourself to feel the emotions associated with the fulfillment of your desires: joy, gratitude, excitement, contentment. Neville believed that this intense focus and emotional involvement are what catalyze the manifestation process. When we truly feel the reality of our desires in our hearts and minds, we send out powerful vibrations into the universe. These vibrations attract similar energies and circumstances, aligning with our desires and bringing them into manifestation. So, the key to successful visualization, according to Neville, is to enter into this state of deep relaxation and receptivity. It's about allowing yourself to let go of any resistance or doubt and fully surrendering to the process. It's about immersing yourself in the experience of your desired reality and feeling the emotions associated with its fulfillment. By practicing visualization in this way, you're not just daydreaming or wishful thinking, you're actively co-creating your reality with the universe. You're tapping into the immense power of your imagination and aligning your energy with the reality you want to manifest. But here's where it gets truly remarkable. Neville taught that time is a construct of the human mind and that our desires can manifest almost instantly when we truly believe in their reality. In fact, Neville often spoke of instances where people manifested their desires in as little as 3 days simply by visualizing them with unwavering faith. Let's take a closer look at the incredible stories of Neville's followers. These are ordinary people, just like you and me, who have experienced extraordinary manifestations in their lives, and all it took was tapping into the power of their imagination. Picture this: Sarah, a young woman who had been struggling to find a job she loved. She stumbled upon Neville's teachings and decided to give visualization a try. Every day, she would imagine herself walking into her dream job, feeling confident and fulfilled. And before she knew it, she received a call offering her the exact position she had been envisioning, a seemingly miraculous manifestation in just a matter of days. Then there's Mark, who had been longing for a loving relationship but couldn't seem to find the right person. He began visualizing himself in a happy, healthy partnership, feeling loved and supported. And lo and behold, he soon crossed paths with someone who matched his vision perfectly. They clicked instantly, and their relationship blossomed into something truly beautiful, all thanks to the power of visualization. And let's not forget about Lisa, who had been struggling to make ends meet financially. She started visualizing herself living a life of abundance, feeling grateful for all the wealth and prosperity coming her way. And sure enough, unexpected opportunities began to present themselves. She landed a high-paying job, received a generous bonus, and even stumbled upon a lucrative investment opportunity, all within a matter of days. These stories are just a glimpse of the endless possibilities that unfold when we tap into the power of our imagination. Whether it's finding our dream jobs, attracting loving relationships, or experiencing financial abundance, the key lies in believing in the reality of our desires and aligning our energy with them through visualization. So, how can you apply Neville Goddard's teachings to manifest your desires in just 3 days? It starts with cultivating a deep sense of faith and belief in the power of your imagination. Trust that your desires are already on their way to you and feel the emotions of their fulfillment, as if they were already true. Now, let's dive deeper into the power of visualization. It's not just about imagining your desires, it's about bringing them to life in your mind and heart every single day. Imagine this: you set aside time each day to sit quietly and visualize your dreams coming true. You close your eyes and picture yourself living the life you've always wanted. But it's not just a vague daydream, it's a vivid, detailed scene that you can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. First, you see yourself in your ideal environment, whether it's a cozy home, a bustling city, or a serene beach. You take in every detail, from the colors of the walls to the furniture to the view outside your window. You see yourself surrounded by the people you love, laughing and smiling together. Next, you engage your sense of hearing. You listen to the sounds of your desired reality, the laughter of children, the chatter of friends, the music playing in the background. You let these sounds wash over you, filling you with a sense of joy and contentment. Then, you focus on your sense of smell. You imagine the scent of your favorite foods cooking in the kitchen, the aroma of flowers blooming in the garden, or the fresh air of the great outdoors. You breathe deeply, letting these scents transport you to your desired reality. As you continue to visualize, you engage your sense of taste. You imagine savoring your favorite meals, indulging in delicious treats, or sharing a romantic dinner with a loved one. You let the flavors dance on your tongue, relishing every moment. Finally, you immerse yourself fully in the experience by tapping into your sense of touch. You feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, the softness of a cozy blanket wrapped around you, or the gentle touch of a loved one's hand in yours. You let these sensations fill you with a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation. Through daily visualization sessions like these, you're not just imagining your desires, you're living them in your mind and heart. You're creating a powerful emotional experience that aligns your energy with the reality you want to manifest. Now, let's talk about letting go. Sometimes, we hold on too tightly to what we want. We get so fixated on a specific outcome that we forget to trust the universe's plan. But here's the thing, when we release our grip on the outcome, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. Picture this, you're on a journey, and you have a destination in mind. But instead of obsessing over every twist and turn in the road, you decide to trust the journey itself. You let go of the need to control every step and surrender to the flow of life. When you release your attachment to the outcome, you're acknowledging that there's a greater force at work, call it fate, destiny, or the universe's wisdom. You trust that everything is happening in divine timing, even if it doesn't unfold exactly as you envisioned. It's like planting a seed in the ground. You water it, nurture it, and trust that it will grow into something beautiful. But you don't hover over it, trying to force it to sprout on your timeline. Instead, you surrender to the natural process of growth and allow the seed to blossom in its own time. Similarly, when you release attachment to the outcome of your desires, you're allowing them to unfold in the perfect way and at the perfect time. You're staying open to receiving unexpected blessings along the way, gifts from the universe that you may not have even imagined. Think of it as opening your arms wide and saying, "I trust you, universe. I trust that you have my back and that everything is working out for my highest good." It's a powerful act of faith and surrender, and it sets the stage for miracles to occur. So, if you're ready to experience the magic of manifestation in just 3 days, I invite you to embrace the teachings of Neville Goddard and unleash the power of your imagination. Remember, you are the creator of your reality, and anything you can visualize, you can manifest. If you are a creator, don't you need any inspiration to create? Have you ever come across passionate painters who look for inspiration for their next painting in nature inside themselves? And basically everywhere? Have you noticed how an author is also a keen observer of people and the world around him? This keen observation helps him find inspiration for his new piece of writing. Similarly, you too are a creator, and you are in charge of creating your own perfect life the way you want. But what would that life look like? Sure, you can say that I want this amount of money, this type of physique, and so on. But you have to go much deeper than that. For every desire you have to know how it makes you feel. And how would you know that? By observing the world around you, by observing people around you, and by opening yourself to new experiences whenever possible. So, for the sake of becoming a better manifester, go out of your routine for a few days. If you wake up at 8 a.m., trying waking up at 7 for no reason at all. If you brush your teeth with your right hand, try brushing them with your left. Take small actions that might look insignificant to anyone, but they will be akin to disrupting your routine. That's what you need: disruption. Some disruption in your current lifestyle is needed to make you think and feel a different way. Or if you can just go out of your city or your country for a few days, seeing new people and places. Talk to new people who are not part of your everyday life, and try to understand life from their perspective. This is crucial for storing your imagination. Sitting on your couch all day and watching new videos on YouTube is not going to change the way you perceive things. You have to find inspiration. As a creator. For inspiration, you need to become a better observer. That is why Neville Goddard greatly emphasized spending some time in silence. When you sit in silence by yourself, you get some time to break free from your incessant thoughts. Your mind is always commenting on one thing or the other. It has an opinion about everything, whether it's you who are doing something or some other person. This happens when your mind is on autopilot mode. The worst part about keeping your mind on autopilot mode is that it is going to keep you stuck to the emotions of your past. Because by staying connected to the emotions of your past, you think of the same events again and again. Thinking about the same things over and over again is only going to strengthen the same neural connections in your brain. As those neural circuits harden, they become a permanent part of your personality. This is why so many people try changing their reality and applying the law to their desires. But just because their mind is on autopilot mode, no matter how hard they try, they cannot get out of the same fault loops. Sitting in silence or meditating might seem like the most boring and useless thing to do. And to be really honest, if your mind is used to incessant thinking, sitting in silence might be a painful experience for you in the beginning. The moment you will sit down, close your eyes, and will try to concentrate, thousands of thoughts will come rushing in. Most of them will be related to your past and will make you react in some way. A lot of people start meditating and they say that their mind seems to be getting worse. But those who stick through the excruciating first 2 weeks are likely to stick to it for the rest of their lives. So till now I have to giving you 2 valuable pieces of advice. And if you use both of them, you will definitely see a huge change in your manifestation capabilities. The first one is to find inspiration by opening yourself to new life experiences. And the second is to sit in silence every day, no matter how difficult it might seem. Now in the last part of the video, I am going to give you a few easy steps to manifest anything you want. And you will see how what we have learned till now will help you on your path of reality creation. Once you would have opened up yourself to new experiences and would have become a keen observer, it would be far easier for you to create a desired experience in your mind. This means visualizing yourself in a future where you are living the kind of life you want. It is highly recommended that you use visualization right before you go to sleep. This is what Neville Goddard called SATs, and we have discussed this concept in a lot of detail on this channel a couple of times, since is the simple technique of visualizing your desired future a couple of times when you are in a very drowsy state just before entering sleep. The fun part of this drowsy state is that your conscious mind is silent at this time, so there are just no thoughts. When there are no opposing thoughts, whatever you visualize will find a path to your subconscious mind with ease. It is important that you practice sets every night before sleep until you become convinced that what you desire is bound to come to your physical reality. Neville called this the naturalness of your desire. The more you practice sets, the more natural your desire will feel to you. Once you are a few days into sets, you can then incorporate the revision technique before bed. The purpose of this technique is to just rewrite any unpleasant past experiences in your mind. Let's say you have an accident as a kid that left you with an injury. So through revision, you will try to create a new memory of your past where there was no accident and no injury. Essentially, you were trying to overwrite the negative experience of your past through the power of your imagination. It has been the teaching of all times that man reproduces the divine nature, and if he does, we shall expect to find in his nature the same qualities that we suppose must be in the nature of life itself. A study of the psychological nature of man verifies the belief in the Trinity running through all life. Man is self-conscious, of this we are sure, for he can say I am. This fact alone proves his claim to immortality and greatness. In psychology we learn that man is threefold in his nature, that is, he has a self-conscious mind, a subconscious mind, and a body. In metaphysics we learn that the three are but different attributes of the same life. Man's self-conscious mind is the power with which he knows. It is therefore one with the Spirit of God. It is, indeed, his only guarantee of conscious being. It is from this self-knowing mind that man is able to realize his relationship with the whole, for without it, he would be unhuman and most certainly not divine, but since he has it, he must be divine. It is the self-knowing mind alone that constitutes reality, personality, and individuality. It is the image of God, the essence of sonship, and the personification of the infinite. We recognize, then, in man's self-knowing mind his unity with the whole. For while a drop of water is not the ocean, yet it does contain within itself all the attributes of the limitless deep. Man's self-knowing mind is the instrument which perceives reality and cognizes or realizes truth. All illumination, inspiration, and realization must come through the self-knowing mind in order to manifest in man. Vision, intuition, and revelation proclaim themselves through man's self-knowing mind. And the saints and sages, the saviors and Christs, the prophets and seers, the wise and learned, have all consciously perceived and proclaimed this fact. Every evidence of human experience, all acts of kindness and mercy, have interpreted themselves through man's self-knowing mind. All that we know, say or think, feel or believe, hope or long for, fear or doubt, is some action of the self-knowing mind. Subjective memories we have, and inner, unexpressed emotions we feel. But to the self-knowing mind alone does realization come. Without this capacity to consciously know, man would not exist as an express being, and so far as we are concerned, would not exist at all. The self-knowing mind of man proclaims itself in every thought, deed, or act, and is truly the only guarantee of his individuality. In the subjective mind of man we find a law obeying his word, the servant of his spirit. Suggestion has proved that the subconscious mind acts upon our thought without question or doubt. It is the mental law of our being and the creative factor within us. It is unnecessary, at this point, to go into all the details of the subjective mind and its mode of action. It is enough to say that within us is a mental law, working out the will and purposes of our conscious thoughts. Our ability to access and utilize the greater subjective mind, which serves as the foundation for all law and action, and is the servant of the eternal spirit, is a distinctly personal endeavor. Despite the magnitude of this concept, it is true that human beings possess within their subjective minds a seemingly boundless power. This is due to the fact that, subjectively, we are united with the entirety of existence. When our thoughts are absorbed by our subjective mind, they meld with the universal subjective mind and manifest as the law of our lives, in accordance with the one great law of all life. Neville Goddard's teachings are simple and easy to understand. And perhaps that's the reason these teachings can be understood by everyone and everyone can apply them in their lives to make their wishes come true. Neville Goddard discusses the law of thought transmission in detail in Chapter 5 of Prayer, The Art of Believing. He says that our thoughts aren't just mere mental constructs, but they are more powerful than anything else. They are vibrations, and like other vibrations, they are transmitted like waves. While you are under the power of your thoughts, and how they are transmitted, you harness the power of your mind to get the desired outcomes in your life. By focusing on and imagining your desire, you create vibrations of thoughts, and your thoughts are transformed into a powerful force that attracts what you want in your life. Thoughts have great power, as is evident in our lives. Simply put, we do things inspired by our thoughts. What we say is a reflection of our thoughts and mindset. What we wear, what we eat, where we go, and how we live are all reflections of our thoughts. If somebody talks differently, if somebody has different beliefs, if somebody has a different religion, it is just because he has different thoughts. So it means our lives are reflections of our thoughts. We are under the control of our thoughts every time. And if we want to experience something different, or live a different life, we will have to change our thoughts. When you realize the power of the thoughts, you use them for the betterment of your life, because you know, these kinds of thoughts can bring happiness into your life. Now let's discuss in detail what the law of thought transmission is. Well, the law of thought transmission is based on the concept that our thoughts are actually vibrational energy, and that they influence our relationships with others. The nature of our thoughts will determine what other people think of us and how they treat us. This means that if we focus our thoughts more positively, we will experience more positive things in our lives. If we look into the details, this can be proven true in everyone's life, and it can't be denied. You see, every time you speak, you're expressing your thoughts. Whatever you say or do expresses what you are thinking. Your actions, your decisions, your way of talking, your behavior, your clothing, your beliefs, or even your political affiliation, express what your thoughts are and what kind of person you are. And whenever somebody talks to you or sees you, you can have some idea what kind of thoughts you may have, and their behavior towards you is a reflection of who you are. It means you influence the thoughts of others with everything you have. You can change the thoughts of others by talking in a different way. You can have some impact on their thoughts by wearing some unique clothing. You can influence their behavior towards you by doing something or by saying something. We can say that your thoughts determine your own reality. And your reality influences the thoughts of others and determines the reality and the way they treat you. That's pretty simple and easy to understand. The nature of the energy of our thoughts interacts with the energy of the thoughts of others and causes them to reflect back to us experiences born out of the very nature of our thoughts. While this may appear to you as some modern concept, this concept is proven by quantum physics. The law of thought transmission is a powerful tool that we can use to build positive relationships with others, and we can make use of this law to manifest positive changes in our lives. Well, here I would like to put some lines from Neville Goddard's book explaining the working principle of the law of thought transmission a bit further. A friend 1,000 miles away is rooted in your consciousness through your fixed ideas of him. You think of him and represent him inwardly in the state you desire him to be, confident that this subjective image is true, as if it were already objectified. It awakens in him a corresponding state, which he must objectify. The modified light of consciousness reaches the one to whom is directed and impinges on the mirror of his mind. It causes his mind to vibrate according to the modification, and it goes. Thus it produces in him what was mentally affirmed by you. The subject will express the awakened state within him and remain unaware of the true cause of his action. The subject has no power to resist your controlled subjective ideas of him unless the state you affirm to be true of him is a state he is incapable of wishing to be true of another. In that case, it returns to you, the sender, and will realize itself in you. If your fixed idea is not subjectively accepted by the one to whom is directed, it rebounds to you from whom it came. When you step away from the beliefs taught by external mainstream conditions and you start viewing life through the lens of the vibrations of your own thoughts, it becomes easier for you to get an advantage, and you start experiencing the things you desire in your life. We have been taught that our thoughts have no importance and have no influence on our lives. But in fact, our thoughts hold all the power and have a greater impact on our lives. When you see your life through the lens of the vibrations and frequency of your thoughts, you will realize the true energy of your thoughts. And when you start using your thoughts wisely, you will be able to manifest positive relationships with others and become a better human being. Neville Goddard says that a friend 1,000 miles away is rooted in your consciousness through your fixed ideas of him. Well, this phenomenon was also explained by Albert Einstein, who named it the spooky action at a distance. The laws of quantum physics suggest that all the particles in the universe remain connected. And whenever we perform some action on one particle affects the others at a speed greater than 1,000 times the speed of light. This theory is even applied when the particles are separated by a greater distance. We have been taught that our thoughts are just our private affairs and don't matter to others. But in fact, our thoughts are the only thing that helps us communicate and connect with others in different ways. We have been taught to believe that our thoughts are just known to us and others don't know about them unless we share them and others. Neville Goddard says it awakens in him a corresponding state, which he must objectify. The subject will express the awakened state within him and remain unaware of the true cause of his action. The subject has no power to resist your controlled subjective ideas of him unless the state you affirm to be true of him is a state he is incapable of wishing to be true of another. In that case, it returns to you, the sender, and will realize itself in you. When the frequencies of two thoughts are the same, they resonate and amplify each other. And when the frequencies of two thoughts aren't the same, there will be no resonance. For example, if you strike a tuning fork with the same frequency next to another tuning fork, the second tuning fork will start vibrating. But if you strike the tuning fork with a different frequency, the second tuning fork will not vibrate. So in the case of the former friend, when you have those thoughts of them spreading gossip about you, keep Neville's statement in mind. The subject has no power to resist your controlled subjective ideas of him unless the state you affirm to be true of him is a state he is incapable of wishing to be true of another. So it means if the frequency of your thoughts is the same as the frequency of thoughts of somebody else, this idea will resonate and will be produced in your mind itself. However, as Neville explains, if they don't hold that frequency again, in that case, there will be no frequency match and no resonance will occur. If somebody isn't aware of you, let's say he doesn't know you, he never met you or heard anything about you. He will not have your thoughts about you. He will only have some thoughts or beliefs about you when he knows your thoughts from seeing you, meeting you, or learning some facts about you from others. When they don't know you or your thoughts, they won't be able to have any thoughts about you. When your thoughts interact with their thoughts, it will determine their behavior towards you and how they treat you. This is a very simple and easy to understand concept. Your thoughts residing somewhere deep in your mind will attract the correlated experiences in your life. You will attract things based on your thoughts, even if you don't like them. So that's why it's important to check and monitor your thoughts. You must be conscious of your thoughts, or else you will keep manifesting the things that you don't desire. That's why Neville says if other people don't like you, or aren't good to you, you can change them and their behavior by changing your own thoughts and your own self. Simply put, influence the thoughts of others from a positive perspective, and you will have positive experiences in your life. Others will behave the way you desire. Others can think the way you desire. Others can do things the way you desire. It's possible and easy. When you choose to become intentional with your thoughts, you can attract supportive, uplifting relationships into your life simply by creating and maintaining your own frequencies. Now that you know how you affect the thoughts of others, how your thoughts are transmitted to their minds, and how they interact with the thoughts of others, it's time to put this law of thought transmission into practice. What are the thoughts that you want to have? What are the thoughts that can help you experience the positive things in your life? How can you change the frequency of your thoughts so that others treat you the way you desire? It's all easy. The desired experiences are just a few thoughts away. So try out this technique and put it into practice. It will bring positivity, satisfaction, and peace into your life. And remember that if everyone starts sending good vibes around the world will become a good place to live.